not a manager, I'm only a customer service associate. I've seen how people call the store, I've seen how things go down. I have experience getting hired, I've seen my friends get hired. So this is personally just my intake on it. The order I would say to do it is apply online, go into the stores and ask to speak to a manager. He might not be available or she might not be available that same day. Just keep going in until you finally can reach them. Make sure it's a store manager or the customer service manager. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be how to get hired at Publix. For those of you who don't know, I am a Publix associate. I currently work in the customer service department, and basically what we do over there is ensure that the customers are happy and satisfied with their shopping experience. We take care of any money services, Western Union, sending money, receiving money, making a payment. We also take care of lottery, whether it's checking your tickets, giving you the money that you won, anything of that sort, as well as returns, cigarettes, some passes, all that. We just kind of take care of anything that the cashiers can't handle, get kind of like passed over to us. So I've been working at Publix for about 2 years now. I would say I've been in the customer service department. I moved up pretty fast. At 17 I started working at the customer service department, but I didn't get my name changed to a customer service associate till I was 18. So if you guys are interested on how to get hired at Publix, then just keep on watching. So the first thing that I want to say is, obviously if you're stumbling across this video, it's probably because you're interested to work at Publix and you want to know what it's like. I do have experience in multiple positions, so I definitely feel like I will be in use to people who would like to know about that. But I am here to tell you guys how to get hired in general. Publix is a good company. Just like every job, there's gonna be days where you have harder days, where a manager gets mad at you, where a customer lashes out on you, and you just kind of feel bad. But that doesn't mean that the job itself is a bad job. So if you're stumbling across this video, I'm glad you're here, because I do want to say that you've picked a very good company to be part of. And I'm not just saying that because I've had my days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't stand this. We've all had those days, and that's normal. That's normal at any job. But working at Publix, for what it is, it's not a rigorous job, and for the most part, I feel like anyone who puts their mind to it can actually achieve every single task that Publix puts into play. The starting pay there is above minimum wage, so I think that's definitely good, especially if this is your first job. They also start hiring people at 14, so that is a mega benefit to many of you guys, because certain places make sure you're 16 and older or 18 and older. So also you get your benefits and the stocks and all that stuff. But I did want to mention briefly, this is a good company, and for the most part, you're gonna have troublesome days anywhere you go. A job is a job. So taking that into consideration, and then taking into consideration the actual tasks that you're required to do at Publix and how much they pay you to do, I would say that it is definitely worth it. Great starting jobs for any teenager, for any person. It's just a starting job, and it's gonna help you build experience. How to get hired at Publix. First thing is first, apply online. We used to have this little machine that you could go into the store and apply there, and I think it was a little easier. You would be directed on how to do it, all that. But we no longer have that system. At least my store does not. But I was notified that they are slowly taking out this machine from every single store, so your best bet is to apply online. This is common sense, I feel like, just to anyone. When you really want something, you're persistent about it, you're pushing to get it, you really want it, and usually you end up achieving it. You need to do that about your jobs and your work as well. So I would say that if you really want to work here, to be persistent about it. When you're trying to get a job, start calling, can I talk to a manager, can I da. After a while, forget the phone calls, guys. Show up in person. All right, show up in person. Can I speak to a manager? Oh, he's not here, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Keep going. When I first applied at Publix, I did apply in the machine because they didn't have the whole online thing. After I applied in the machine, I kept going in. I would say it was about the second day, and then they hired me. I think they were hiring a lot of people around that point. But I have seen other friends try to get in. I have dealt with people coming up to me personally and asking me who they can speak to about getting a job there, all that stuff. So I would definitely say come in, ask to speak to a manager. Do not give up. Sometimes these managers are busy. Sometimes they really are handling a bigger problem than your application. So please just be understanding. It does take time. As far as that is as much as you can do. At the end of the day, you have to submit your application online. The most you could do is either call the store, or personally what I would do is show up at the store, ask to speak to a manager. Finally, when you get to speak to a manager, make sure it is the customer service manager or the store manager. Personally, that's just my opinion. I personally spoke to the store manager at the time. She's the one who hired me. Just kind of like talk to the head honcho, I would say, and get it over with. Once you talk to the manager, let him know you're interested, whatever. If you don't hear from them in 2-3 days, I would say call then. And then finally, when you reach them and you talk to them, let them know that you're really interested, whatever. It's going to be a quick conversation because this is not an interview. Go ahead and give it some time. If like 2 or 3 days have passed and you see that they haven't called you, go ahead and call the store, ask to speak to that same manager and ask them what's up with your application, like if they're willing to give you an interview, all that, like kind of like checking up on your status. I would just say be persistent on it because it's hard to not give a kid an opportunity when you see them really chasing it. And Publix managers are usually trying to help those who are younger because they were there once too, so they understand, you know, the grind and all that. So definitely I would say, you know, keep on top of your stuff. Let's get into the interview. So at this point, you guys have worked really hard, you guys have been persistent, you guys have called, talked to the manager, whatever, to get this interview. So this is your time to shine because this is the make it or break it. When you get to the interview, guys, what you wear is important. I'm not telling you to go wear a tux or a dress, or, you know, I'm not telling you guys to go full on out, but I'm also not telling you guys to go in gym shorts or bummy, all right? First impressions are a thing. Also, if they see that you guys are dressing like on the trashier side, that's just like a bad image, like a bad representation. Most likely that's just gonna be like a turn off real quick. Come to the interview like you mean business, like you really want this job. Like I said, at this point you probably have worked really hard into talking to the managers and to really getting this interview, so don't blow it just because you wanted to wear some gym shorts. Like, don't do that to yourself. You're playing yourself. Now, when you're talking to these managers, or when you're talking to a manager, because I feel like the interview is one-on-one, I'm not telling you guys to lie and be like, yes, I want to work at Publix forever. Da, 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 da. If that's not your case, then be honest with it because they're still going to help you regardless. But show interest in what you're doing. You don't have to want to be a Publix owner someday, but you can say, look, I'm really trying to become a dentist, but I need money, so I'm really interested in hustling and working hard. My availability is open every single day. I really want to help you guys and work for you guys, and whatever happens, happens. That kind of genuine honesty, that kind of interest and stuff really is gonna grasp a manager's attention super quick. It's gonna show them that you're real, that you're not just here to like kiss, you know, and that you're not lying and saying, yes, I would like to be a Publix owner one day. Because if you don't, you don't. Keep it real and raw, and I feel like that's how you'll get the best results. Let's say y'all passed the interview, everything went well. All right, great. Now you're gonna get drug tested. At this point, you guys have called, talked to the managers, passed the interview, everything. Don't screw it up because you wanted to have a fun night. You guys, you know, got a little lit, and now you failed the drug test. Don't do that to yourself. Like I said, you're playing yourself. They usually put a cotton swab in your mouth, I believe, and that's how they test you. They might have other methods, but at least that's the method that they used with me. You never know when a manager might want to drug test you. It doesn't happen often, but I'm just saying for the people out there, now you're in a good company, so don't ruin it. Once you pass a drug test, you do have like an introduction, or like, I forgot the name. Basically, you go to the Publix warehouse a few days before you start working. At the warehouse, they give you all the training, everything you need to know. They talk to you about the pay and the uniform and everything. I do believe they pay you for being there that whole day, so you know that's definitely a plus. You have to go in your uniform. You're not going to know anyone there for the most part, but you're just there to listen and take notes, get to know your surroundings, get to know the company a little better, and then, you know, boom, you're into the company. It's your first day at Publix. You know, always go in there with a smile, a bright attitude. In your interview, when you talk on the phone, your application, always have a positive attitude because Publix does look at that. Publix wants to, just like any company, they want to have positive people who actually like working in the company. And I'm not saying that you're gonna love Publix. I'm not gonna say you're gonna love any company or any job. I just feel like being positive is gonna open a lot more doors, a lot more opportunities. Even if you're working at Publix, maybe your dream is to work with cars, and this car dealership guy comes in, he sees that you're smiling, he sees that you're positive, this and that, and he opens the door right there and then for you, because Publix is somewhere that everyone goes to. You know, everyone needs to buy groceries, whether it's the most famous person, the richest person, the poorest person, it does not matter. Also, opportunities within Publix, you just never know. So I would say to stay positive, stay smiling, stay happy, and that's just gonna open a lot of doors for you. That being said, that completes today's video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, just go ahead and let me know. I think I might do a part 2. I hope this video helped you guys out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Go ahead and give this video a like, comment down something below. Bye.